there, welcome back. I've got a lovely card to show you using our Noble dies, and most of the time I use them as frames, but don't forget you can actually use them as apertures too. This one has a nice recession going on, so it's just another way to use your dies. The dies that we'll be using in today's card are from the frames and tags. I have the refined rectangles, and remember, it doesn't always have to be a rectangle either. And the Noble dies, I have the Ornate pierced squares, as well as the classic Adorned squares. So I'm going to start by cutting the base piece of this, okay? So from my Ornate squares, I'm taking this insert piece and I'm going to put it onto my lavender card here. Just sort of center it right in the middle, tape it into place, and we'll run this through to cut it. I think I'll tape both sides to make sure it doesn't move around on me. Okay. Even though that sticks out a little bit of the side of the smaller plates, because there's a wider mouth to your grand caliber, you can just center it in the middle of that and run it right through. So let's see if it needs a second pass. So it does. I will turn it 90 degrees and run it through one more time. And I'm going to do a little embossing on this one. Oops. Because I'm going to bring this die from the Ornate set in and put it around there. So let's just set that up on top of our embossing plate. Put that into position. Now this one's pretty. It's actually got piercing dots on the inside and the outside of the cut line. So when you're using it for strictly embossing, you'll get a dual set of pierce dots from that. Pop that into place. Let's run it through. And that will also emboss the original piece that we cut too. Okay. So I've got my tool in one. I'll just take off the extra bits here. And let's untape it. Just a couple little easing off there with the removable tape. Get it on this side. I'll show you the pretty results. So you can see you've got a beautifully cut insert piece, and like I said, a double row of piercing dots all the way around the edge that'll show. So that's going to be the base of our card. And I've already done one and attached it to a piece of white card, and I've added a few pearls into the center, okay? So we're going to build this up. That's going to be the base. And the next piece is same thing. I've used the dies from that Ornate pierced square, and this time what I've done is I've used the decorative insert along with this cutting edge on the inside to cut a frame. So this is what I have. I've raised this with some mounting foam, so it'll stair step up in our card. So I'll peel this back and then we will lay it over the top. And I've just put some little teeny pieces on the inside lip here just to keep it nice and stable. There we go. So center that around that. Let me just lean over and make sure I get it nice and straight there. There we go. So you can see I'm just starting to build this up, and you've got a beautiful center there coming upward in your stair step. And the final step on this is I took the outer cut edge from my classic Adorned squares, and I cut that out, and then using the outer cut edge from the Ornate pierced, what I did was I embossed that detailed feature around that. I've designed these so that they can mat and layer together, so they're not exactly the same size, so you've got a really pretty way that you can change your apertures and your frames and whatnot. So I've added a bit more mounting foam to this, and we'll pop that over the top, giving us a really pretty frame. Let me just lean in a little bit. Get that nice and straight on there. There we go. So see how pretty that's built up and really nice. It's not a frame, but it's an aperture that's recessed. So I've also gone ahead and done a bit of PVA dots around the edge of my base card, but I'm going to go ahead and glue this into place. Okay, put that in between all of our cosmic glue dots. So we've got the base of our card ready and sorted. So I'll let that dry for a second. And next thing I'm going to do is show you how we've done the center sentiment. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and cut one of the refined rectangles. And like I said earlier, a rectangle doesn't always have to be a rectangle. So I'm just going to take, in fact, and just nip this in half. And then I'm going to put the two sides together and match them up. Okay? And with the little cutting edge, I'm going to line them up just right at that line here and here. Hold them into place, get them nice and straight on there, and cut that extra bit off. Okay, so what you can do is tape these together, get them back into place, and you'll end up with a really pretty square, which comes in handy when you're using square dies too. So I've gone ahead and stamped my sentiment. I've cut it out, did a little bit of inking, and I've raised it up with some mounting foam, and that will cover that line from the cut on the rectangle just nicely. You'd never know that that wasn't a square behind that, would you? So now I'm going to bring this back into play and pop this right in the center here to complete our card. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. And it looks like so much work, and yet the dies have done all the work for you. So I hope you've enjoyed today's card. If you'd like to see more of our cards, I have a blog called Partycraft, PARTICRAFT.blogspot.com, or you can look at my other videos on our Creative Expressions YouTube channel. Hope to see you again soon.